You know, I often think with those, our chums, our friendship group, we have a lot in common, don't we? In the sort of foods that we grow up with and we liked and that sort of stuff. And it's funny, isn't it? Now, I was talking to someone the other day and I said, oh, I recently made a corned beef sandwich, and they looked absolutely aghast. Ooh, what's that? Corned beef. I had to explain it to them, yes, I know. Frightening, isn't it, to think? And I said, have you never had corned beef hash? No, didn't know what that was. And there's a whole generation, when you think about it, that have grown up with foods that we just sort of took for staple diets and stuff like that. And our thing, wasn't it, was, well, does it fill you? Was it nutritious? But more importantly, did it fill you, particularly if you're on a budget? This today, and I'd love to share this with you because it just came to me that there's two elements to this particular story. Let me explain. Hi, good to see you. You all right? Now, are you a fan? Are you a bit posh and do you have spaghetti carbonara? Yes, it's quite pricey, isn't it, when you buy it ready-made, that sort of stuff. Maybe not so much now because Heinz have decided to launch spaghetti carbonara in a tin. And a lot of people are absolutely appalled by this. Now, I don't know about you, I don't see a problem with these things in a tin, do you? It's just food. Now, I mentioned before here on the show about things that I'd enjoyed, and there is one thing I can share with you that I wouldn't buy again recently, and it's the Fray Bentos pies. Now, a lot of generation over here, my generation, will know that you grew up with them. One of them with a crispy pastry, delicious, right? And then there was a steak and kidney pudding. Well, bought one of those recently. Well, I say saved up, quite pricey. And the thing is, now they're just tasteless. There's nothing in them. I mean, you have to search to find the meat. And I was thinking, it's a shame, isn't it? And that got me thinking, I'd love to know, what product have you bought recently that you always, it was like a staple treat that you went to, and you thought, oh, I really like this, and it's a bit, but I will buy it, even though it's a little bit costly, because you've always enjoyed it. Then you've vowed never to buy it again. It's a bit like Greek yogurt, isn't it? Now it's as watery as the natural yogurt. Yeah, have you noticed that? Now, what I wanted to know was this. Spaghetti carbonara in a tin, would you or would you not, if the price was right? And more importantly, have you noticed now how all of these foods are simply just falling out of favour? And it's a snob factor, isn't it? Because I sort of think that, it's the coffee chain scenario. I was listening to two women talking in the supermarket the other day, and the other woman said, oh, I prefer Nero because they do this roasted this. And I thought, I just get a jar of coffee, make a coffee in a cup and put it in the flask, and that's it. Now, snob or no snob, it's just a cup of coffee. Yes, I'm sure if you've got the money and you like the idea, and I can afford it from time to time, I just think, why would I pay £4 for one cup of coffee served by somebody surly, and more importantly then be told it's going to be charged on your card, even though you don't want it to, as to making it your own consistency, your own level of milk, and if you're having a dot of sugar, a bit of that in. What's the problem? You see what I'm getting at? So do share with me in the comments below, because I'd love to know, am I alone in this sort of stuff? I look at products now and I think there's so many things I now wouldn't buy because I used to buy them, and I'm thinking, no, not worth it. And I have to tell you, I've cut down on the jammy Dodgers. I know, stop the world spinning, eh? But the thing is, they've just got so thin and there's less jam, and you think, no, you've put the price up. Now, the sad thing is, think about this, all of that productivity will go down, jobs are lost because of greed. But of course then they've got to try and win you back. And would you ever return to a brand knowing that they've now taken away the flavour, or indeed the sort of niceties, the reason why you bought it? As ever, a nice bit of fun, but always good to get a debate going with the chumps. Do let me know as ever in the comments below, and if you can, please like and share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.